11 years ago. I've been out of television news. I was a reporter and an anchor for almost 20 years. And I got out of that industry many years ago when I wanted to raise my children. I was a late bloomer in having kids and I really wanted to be home with them. So I toyed back into it while they were babies for just a little bit, and I realized I couldn't do that anymore. So fast forward, there's many things I've done in between that. But it was 12 years ago, I met yoga, or 11 years ago. 12 years ago, I got certified to teach yoga. I'd been a practitioner for many years prior to that. But I just had this epiphany, and I just said to my husband, this is what I want for my 50th birthday. So now I'm aging myself. I'm dating my ages. So whatever, it's all good. And so anyway, I said, that's what I want. And I didn't do it for the money, just like I haven't done anything for the money. I've done it because I felt a service that I wanted to give. And I loved doing television journalism while I did it and making a difference in that way. And then I didn't like it anymore. And I didn't like the news. And always been into health and wellness. I even had a health beat. So it was at yoga, long story short, that I learned about this incredible opportunity by overhearing a conversation by another yoga teacher. And I went, what are you talking about, Kay? And she pointed to a woman named Carrie Williams, who was my 5:30 a.m. yoga student. And basically the rest is history. And for those that are involved with LifeVantage, they know who she is. And she's a beautiful leader, a beautiful friend. She's a sister to me and lives here in Arizona not with me, but lives in the Valley. And anyway, I went up to her and I said, what are you all talking about? And she asked me if I had seen this ABC primetime investigative report, and I didn't know what she was talking about, but she gave me a link. I went home and I watched it. But while I was watching it, I also knew there was an opportunity, and I was not looking for an opportunity, but I think subconsciously I was looking for an opportunity. I was really on my hands and knees praying for something different to come into my life that would really fill me up. And it wasn't about building other people's dreams, but I didn't even know anything really about real entrepreneurship. But when I saw how successful she was, and I'm like, she's a mom, she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's got all this freedom, this time freedom, and the money is a factor. I'm sorry, it's right up there with oxygen. It's not the driving factor of what you do, but it is definitely it makes the life a little bit easier, right?
Money makes the world go round. Yeah.
I mean, there are people having heart attacks or all kinds of illnesses because of financial stress, right?
I agree.
So when I saw what this product, our main product, was doing, was reducing oxidative stress, free radical damage, which we all have by breathing, and I was like, oh my gosh, and this is reducing that. And I'm like, why wouldn't everybody want to share this with somebody they know, loved, and care about, and didn't even really know, but just met? I mean, this is really what we had. So I saw the science, I saw the breakthrough, and I also saw the opportunity at the very same time.
So I want to stop you right there, because I think that hearing you share this story, I'm like, okay, you're kind of the dream person that you're overhearing a conversation. So Carrie Williams isn't even going, oh, I really want to add Marisa to my team. You're overhearing this. You've seen her success. And so you're like that dream person, that antennas spiking up, opportunity, and you're just seeing all of the signs. So you really didn't have a lot of hesitation, pushback, someone trying to bring you over. You saw the science, you saw the opportunity, and you saw the success that was possible.
Yes. And I want to share just a little bit about that. So I didn't realize two people prior to me learning about it were trying to share it with me, but they were doing it wrong. They were doing it wrong. And one was my sister-in-law. I won't say she was doing it wrong. She just had barely joined a week prior to me. I didn't know that. I'm getting ready to sign up under Carrie Williams. And I go, I wonder if something all of a sudden said, I wonder if this is the product my sister-in-law was talking about that said it was going to do this, this, and this. And she said, well, you need to find out, because if it is, you need to join under your sister-in-law, who lives 1 mile from me, by the way, you guys, 1 mile. So it was, long story short, I still did not know one thing about network marketing. I've never done it. So I didn't even know, that Carrie was, I didn't know what that would feel like
Look like, yeah.
and look like. And Carrie was like all about me signing up under my sister-in-law. Well, guess what? It happens to be the same team.
That's perfect.
Isn't that perfect? So
Yeah.
Carrie is our what you consider upline. I like to call it support line because
Yeah.
we all are supporting everybody. And so that's really what happened. And prior to that, 3 months prior to that, I had a cousin, a chiropractor in Tucson, that was trying to share it with me too, but
Yeah.
he never really did the invite right. So I didn't really understand. He wasn't clear. I didn't know that he was trying to share something with me. I was just like, "Oh, good for you. I'm so happy that you've done this," you know, but
Yeah.
he wasn't asking me to take a look at anything. And I think people hide behind that, and that you don't need to do that. When you love something, anything, a yoga studio, a church, a book, a restaurant, you're going to share it with people. You say, "Oh my gosh, I found this." Right?
Yeah,
Don't
passion
think
is
twice about it.
definitely passion and enthusiasm, I feel like is what attracts people to you. And that also portrays confidence. When you're excited and when you're enthusiastic, you're confident in what you're sharing as well. And so I feel like that just naturally attracts people to them. Like you were attracted to Carrie. She's very successful. She's confident in it. And so she was sharing it with someone else. So because of that experience, Marisa, of like, knowing what attracted you, how did you find that you share the business that has been working for you to attract people the same way?
Just by really, what Carrie did for me was help me believe in myself that I could do this. And at a time that I was really low, my mom had just died, and I really wasn't doing anything but yoga and learning how to be a better teacher and healing through that and being with my family, my kids and my husband. And so Carrie just said, "Hey," she was her passion, her posture was confident. And
Mm-hmm.
I needed that. I needed someone to take me under their wing,
Mm-hmm.
under their wing. I needed to be taken under their wing
Mm-hmm.
and shown something that I knew nothing about, that I could be successful because I was very passionate about the products. And so I think that's what I do. I just signed up a new consultant 2 days ago. She actually signed up without me even knowing it. She's been a customer of mine since 2018 and a childhood friend since we were in seventh grade.
I love that.
And I know I'm like, and here, but people, I think, lose sight of the big picture, the vision, and
Mm.
and many people that join our business quit. And that's what I say. If and that's another thing that Carrie said. If you don't quit and if you commit, I promise you this can work for you if you are coachable and teachable. So these are the things I talk to my team about. Are you coachable and teachable? Are you a good student? And I raised my hand on all of that. I wasn't all that good in school. But when I saw this, I'm going, yeah, this is what I was born to do.
Well,
And it
tell
wasn't
me
about the
a little
money.
bit about too how you feel like being in this business, being in this industry has given you more confidence because now you're at a place that you are confident in sharing, that you are taking other people under your wing when you were once that person that needed that. And I think that's where most of us all start in this business, not made to be a direct salesperson. Most people weren't looking for it. I mean, I know I am a natural leader. Whatever I've gone into, I've been a natural leader. But was I going, oh, I want to do direct sales? No. But through direct sales, I found so many benefits. And from that, it sounds like you've really discovered that confidence that comes along with putting yourself out there, pushing your edge, and sharing something that really breeds that confidence that turns you into a leader. And I think that's one of the things that makes people a little bit nervous about doing a business is they see you now and go, well, I can't do what Marisa does. And
Yeah.
they can't see where you started from.
Well, I was bad before I was good. And then I was good before I would like to say great. I'm still growing every single day. I can improve my leadership skills. Trust me. There's never enough. You'll always be able to grow. And what I love about this industry of network marketing is since I was a child, I've really always been on a personal growth and development
Mm,
platform. Didn't really understand that that's what I was doing, but I
yeah.
had this vision. Like, I just wrote a chapter in a book called Momentum Makers, and it's for people in our industry. And I go back to the time when I was 8 years old, walking down the streets of Lexington, Kentucky, bored out of my mind. And I just said, Dear God, please show me the world. All I wanted to do was be on all 7 continents. And
Aw,
I have done
I
that.
was
And
gonna say that's on your list.
and
Manifesting at its best.
that was manifesting at its best, and that was before LifeVantage. Okay,
Wow.
those
Yeah.
7 trips, or those that continent journey was before LifeVantage, but LifeVantage has been even more exponential in benefit in many, many ways. My husband, I literally, one of my whys was to free my husband of financial stress. Like, what, to go from 2 full-time incomes to one and then have 2 children changes the way you live your life. And we live in North
Absolutely.
Central Phoenix, so we live in a nice area, and it's expensive, and everything's expensive today. So he started paying the bills at work when he was working. But because of this business, and because he had put the time in for his work, he had a pension and a 401k. But because things were happening in his work that weren't making him happy, so mentally, the mental health aspect is a serious thing right now, and he wasn't
Absolutely.
happy, and I was concerned, and I just said, why don't you come home? But it's because of this business that he was able to come home a year ago in June.
Wow.
I mean,
Congratulations.
and that was one of my whys I wrote down, is free my
Yeah.
husband from financial stress, and build a master bedroom bathroom at our house. These
Yeah.
things have happened. And then to just really be able to help other people see a vision, that if you can find a passion and purpose, go for it, whether it's network marketing, whether it's anything, but
Yeah.
you've got to take the steps. You have to be consistent. And I think we get a shortcut when you get into network marketing. It's like a serious pathway of education quickly
I
that
love that.
you cannot get in college, and you get paid for while learning how to be a better human on this planet. And the learning that I have learned, I'm a college graduate, and the learning that I've gotten through LifeVantage and the network marketing industry has far succeeded anything I could possibly have imagined. I'm learning how to get a PhD in Life University.
That is a great way to put it. I so agree. And I love the shortcut because I always say life's a game, learn how to play it. And when you're thinking of life as a game and you can find the shortcut avenue, which is direct sales, which is social selling, which is almost similar to affiliate marketing, but so much smarter. But I feel like people have an idea around affiliate marketing right now that it doesn't bug people because they're just sending a link. And with direct sales, because you can build a team, you're asking people to join you or you're helping other people be successful. Most of my friends that do affiliate marketing, they're sharing, hey, I'm doing affiliate marketing. You should do this too. And showing how they have their Amazon links or their affiliate links and all the different things, but they're not getting paid from it. And I think that is one of the major misunderstandings about direct sales, is that you have to bug people or trick people or do whatever it might look like. But when you can pull back that Wizard of Oz curtain, you can see all these things that Maurice is seeing. If you love personal development, which most people do. I mean, I have a whole shelf of books. I could read them all day long. And it's one of those things that this industry is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached to it.
Yes, and you have to be committed to growing personally. You have to be, readers are leaders, whether you read or not, listen to something, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's true. I remember being with Carrie Dickey, who, for those of you who may not know, she's a presidential leader in LifeVantage. She's on my support team. And I remember I was brand new. I was on vacation in Carlsbad, California with my family, staying at my brother and sister-in-law's home. And Carrie Dickey lived in San Clemente at the time. It's about a 45-minute drive away. I literally left my family vacation and I went to go meet her because I wanted to see and understand what this was. She had a training at her house that I went to. And then another time we were on vacation, she came and picked me up at the San Clemente Inn, and we went to yoga together. We did a Bikram hot yoga class together. And then we walked around the pier at San Clemente, and there were bookstores along the shops. And she would say, "Oh, I've read this book and I've read this book. Have you read this book?" And, I had read a little bit. I go, "Yeah, Marianne Williamson. I love Return to Love. That's one of my favorite books." And
Yeah.
then it was one of hers too. And then she just said, readers are leaders. And that kind of really stuck with me. And it's true, because every day you just try to make yourself consistently better. I did not start good in this business, right? I was just, I don't want to say ignorant on fire. You'll hear those terms a lot, ignorant on fire. I don't like to say that. I like to say I was innocent on fire. I was really innocent, maybe a little naive, but I was innocent and thought everybody would join me because it just made sense with these products. And then I started getting the pushback, right? And pushback from family, pushback from not my immediate family, but, family members, without really going into details. And that was hard, because when you're new, you haven't developed the confidence yet. You know that you love what the products are. And so that's really, you have to align yourself in any business. When people have a dream and they want to go for it, there's going to be some filtering out of people in your life, because you have to be careful of your circle of influence. And if you have influence that's negative, that's not going to serve you well when you're going for your dream. So, I just aligned myself with people that were building the same dream that I was, that wanted to build this leveraged income. And by the way, network marketing is a little bit different than direct sales in that it is multi-level marketing. And I think people get such a bad name. They don't understand. And so that's our opportunity to ask questions. Well, what do you know about network marketing? What do you know about multi-level marketing? Because most people have no clue. And if you lean in and you ask questions, sometimes people answer their own objections. They don't even understand. Oh, I don't know. I think it's one of those pyramid things. You're like, what? What do you mean a pyramid thing? This is about people helping people rise, and you're only as successful as the people that you help, and that's what I really love about this industry. I would not be where I am today if I hadn't poured into people as well and helped them develop themselves. And that's what we have. We have this gift here to help make people better in this world, and happier and healthier. And isn't that a good thing? Think of all the people that left corporate America during COVID because they couldn't handle the stress of even the thought of going back to what they were doing.
Yeah.
So here's an opportunity to do what you do. And I get to weave this in my life because I teach yoga and breath work and meditation. And that is huge for me. And then this just kind of naturally weaves into certain people, not everybody, but it's about connection. These are the people I connect with in my life, right? So there's opportunities when you listen to people, and their pain and their needs, you might say, you know what? Maybe you want to take a look at something I'm doing. It's simple if we just get out of our head and into our hearts.
I agree. I think that is the biggest part, is getting out of our head, because so much of just even growing up is like fitting in and not standing out too much. And as soon as you start a network marketing business, I feel like all those insecurities come out, because all of a sudden you're like, here I am, and I'm doing something different, and I'm excited about it. And whether you're saying support me or not, you are. And so I think that's one of the biggest things as you evolve and become a leader, and now you're helping other people, and your dreams are growing, and your circle of influence expands. So many things shift from that I really feel like it's like a butterfly effect being in this. When I look at myself when I started, or a lot of my consultants, their pictures when I introduced to them, like, hey, welcome to the business, versus 3 years later, they have evolved so much. You can just see it in them, that it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much change that can be made just from sharing this business. And that's one of my favorite parts. I love that you are still doing yoga and breath work, and that's still a part of your life, that this isn't a business or an industry that you have to be full-time, all in, and that's all you're doing. it's a perfect example of how you weave it into your life.
Yes, and I think what happens with people is sometimes when they do this industry and they don't have anything else, that's where they can get kind of, you know, uh, in the beginning. In the beginning, I think you need to have some kind of connection with the world in some way. That's why they say, if you've got a part-time job or, don't quit your job yet, because the people in your life around you are the people you're going to be able to connect with, right? So if you're just putting, like, I just have to have, I just live in the flow, right?
Yeah.
Now I live in the flow. But I do think the beautiful part, and Jim Rohn always says, and he's got the most wonderful, you can find on YouTube, Building Your Network Marketing Business. I think everybody in the world needs to listen to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he just talks about, this little part-time gig one day can replace that full-time income. And then he goes, then my story has to change because I got this little side hustle job over here while I'm working full time. I'm building my, my wealth, my income. And then one day, this little part-time nooks and crannies job that you fit in can actually reward you in greater ways than anything you could have been doing full time. And everybody's results are different. Everybody, because not everybody is going to be like so committed, right? In
Yeah.
doing the work that needs to be done. This is not network marketing. This is network marketing, right? This is
Yeah.
network.
Put the work in.
Have to put the work in. But
Yeah.
I had a coach work with me and it helped me. I think 6 months after working with her, I finally hit the elite ranks. I've been really trying. It took me 5.5 years to reach the elite ranks. But I'll tell you, I needed that 5.5 years to grow. And Carrie Dickey will always say, your business will never be bigger than you're ready for.
Yeah.
I think that is very
Great
true.
advice.
Yeah, so it's just been really joyful to grow and I remember what I was getting ready to say. This coach was telling me is I said, I'm working so hard. I kept using those words, and she's like, I'm gonna stop you here.
Ooh.
And so that's when I was inspiring change. I changed it to inspire change. I'm instead of working hard, I'm inspiring change. I am, moving myself forward. Changes everything. I can feel my cells change when I talk that way.
Yes. Mindset is everything.
Yeah. And the energy. So we attract what we say. So when we're working hard, kind of pulls you back a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. It creates this resistance.
It creates a resistance. And that's, the Joe Dispenza, all of these things where, you have to really be careful about the words you're using and the energy you're sharing with yourself. Because if you're focusing on what you don't have and just kind of go, well, I'm really focusing on hitting Elite Pro 7, or now it's Executive Level 1. Gosh, I wonder if I'm ever going to get there. Oh gosh, I see it. But do you see how that's so negative inside?
It's always in the distance.
Always in the distance. But then when you just like embrace it and feel it, what does it feel like being on stage and talking? It's not about being on stage for me. It is, I've done enough camera stuff. It's about what it meant to, what it meant.
Those feelings. You're just channeling the feelings of
Channeling.
already being elite. And that's one of the things I learned in the very beginning of my business. Same thing my mentor told me. She just put it up there, what she wanted to be. And every day I was like, I am this, I am an elite achiever. And I would just introduce myself. Hi, I'm Courtney Watkins. And it was like, what are the action steps that leader does, that an elite leader does? She shows up, she does her business, she does this, she does that.
Yes.
And it's in the becoming versus I'm not there yet.
It is in the becoming. And it's really beautiful. I love this industry so much. I will always share what we have. And then I want to bring in people that truly want to become the CEOs of their life. And what that takes to be successful, you got to go to the events.
Mhm.
You know, you have to, because an experience in itself. And I know that I would never be where I am today if I've missed an event. And I've never missed an event in the 11 years I've been with LifeVantage. It's just
Wow.
part of who I am.
Yeah. You
Because
are. I see her on Instagram all the time doing events, hosting events. And that's one of the things that we're channeling back into because, Marissa, while we're on virtual, which I love, I mean, the world is at our fingertips. We can connect with people all over the globe, but there's something so special about that in person, that face to face, those feelings, that energy, all of the things that go with in person that I feel like people have been craving since things kind of shut down and everything went on Zoom. Some people have PTSD, like, I can't even do Zoom. And I think just that importance of doing events is fun. I love to say, I'm going to work tonight and it's an event that I'm going to hang out with my friends and eat some treats and talk and chat. And it's like, this is my job.
yeah, like last night we were up in Cave Creek, Arizona at someone's home. She was hosting and it was a full house. And we had Dr. Brimhall there, who's on the science advisory board for LifeVantage, and Dr. Nancy Bryan. She popped in and surprised us. And she's also on the science advisory board. And, you know, it's just fun to have people come and then they build belief. And I got a new customer yesterday. He came and, you know, wanting to get healthier. And he's also an equine therapist, which is really cool. So, you know, now we can start talking about how these work on animals. And so I think getting people in a room together, there's power there, there's energy there. And I built my business way before social media came out. I built to the elite levels by just having one-on-one coffee shop meetings and home presentations on a regular basis. And it's,
Mhm.
you know, people go, I can't do all that. Well, you know, think about it. Where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? If you're not doing backflips over where, you know, you want to be in your life financially, then you got to take a look at an opportunity of a lifetime. And we have it right now. We have an opportunity of a lifetime. This company is in momentum and we have all the tools and we have the system, and the time for this company is now. We're publicly traded on the NASDAQ, debt free, 20 million in reserve, Aaron Brockovich on our board of directors. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And an incredible corporate staff that pours into us and supports us, and you give them feedback and they listen. It's, to me, it is,
Yes.
I am unemployable. I will never have a boss. I am the boss of my life, and
Yep.
my family's, I'm not the boss of my family's life, but we have a good life. And it's, you know, it's for those that are just getting involved and going, I don't think I can do this, you know, then maybe your why is not deep enough and big enough, and you haven't pulled back the layers yet. Really do that. Do some soul searching and really close your eyes and envision, where do you want to be in your life in 5 years? What does that look like? Is it more time with your kids or your grandkids? What does that look like? Where would you be? What would you do? Um, would you hire a chef to make dinner for you once a week, or, you know, have really healthy foods, be able to afford really healthy organic foods, or grow your own foods, or have a really beautiful garden in your backyard? I mean, like, don't be afraid to dream, because this industry, this profession, which is bigger than the NFL and entertainment industry combined, is a beautiful industry that helps people dream again. You don't have to be a kid to dream. You can be old like us. Dr. Nancy, by the way, not, you're not old, but, you know, older like us. Dr. Nancy Bryan is 69 years old, and she just jumped out of a plane and went skydiving last
Oh my
week
gosh. I love her.
for her girlfriend's 50th birthday.
Oh
And
my
she's
gosh.
activated. She's on our products. I mean, it's amazing. And you can see people in LifeVantage. You can see a difference for people that are taking these products. They look different. They have a glow. They look healthy. They look vibrant. Not everybody. People are struggling. Some people are struggling too. But you can see there's a general look of people that look like the happy family. So,
That is some of the biggest things that I am so glad that you're touching on is the activation message with these products and being able to go out in the world and share your business. You don't have to have a big Instagram following. You don't have to be really good at social media marketing. Really, our superpower is being ourselves. And I've always heard my mentor saying, get up, get cute, get out of the house. And I love social media. I'm naturally drawn to it. I think it's fun and just all the different things. And I just keep saying that in my head, get up, get cute, get out of your house. And when I first built my business, I was a hairstylist. So it was easy. I was with clients. I was working. I was doing stuff. And now I'm a stay-at-home mom, CEO of my LifeVantage business. And so I've been reframing what work is. And yesterday I went into the salon, got my hair done, saw one of my other friends. She's like, what are you up to? I actually had a bottle of the collagen in my bag and I was like, oh, this is what I've been doing. Showed her. I actually had the Tri-Synergizer too. I mean, I didn't even plan on having these in there. And she's like, I want that. Send me your link. And she ordered both of them. And the girl that was doing my hair, same thing. And now I'm giving a tour to my nail girl tomorrow at the LifeVantage office.
Wow.
And Marisa, I'm like, this is my job, is going out and having fun. Same with my workout classes, my gym friends. They're the ones that are purchasing my products or joining my friends. You don't have to have a part-time job, but you can have hobbies. You can have outlets. You can be involved in the community. And it's just learning how to listen for cues for what people are looking for and insert them in a way that doesn't take over conversations, that leaves that curiosity piece so that you can do those coffee meetups like you like to do. Who doesn't want that for their job? I'm sorry, but who doesn't want to go lunch to friends or meet up for a coffee date?
Right.
What's better than that? But the activation message, if you want to just touch on that a little bit, I don't want to make this crazy about the products because there are so many resources that you guys can find if you're like, what are they talking about activation? But I mean, I think it's goals to be able to jump out of a plane at 62 years old. I want to be that healthy.
She's 69. She's
69. Gosh, I mean, at the end of the day, like I want to live the fullest, longest life I possibly can. That's my end goal. And that's why I aligned so much with these products.
So, the activation piece is huge. And that's really what my passion and mission is to educate people about nutrigenomics, activating gene expression through nutrition and naturally occurring compounds, a very different approach to health and wellness than just supplementation. Yes, we need supplementation too, and we have products that supplement. We have amazing products, but the main cellular products activate pathways in the DNA. To be well, fix the cell. To age well, fix the cell. So we're going back and we're reversing cellular damage. The Protandim product, I don't even have the bottle with me right now.
I have one right here.
Yeah, thank you. And I got the collagen, so here we go, girl.
I know, right? I always keep them right here. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. So, the activation piece, to activate pathways in your DNA responsible for reducing inflammation, oxidative stress, to boost the mitochondria, to activate NAD. If you don't even know what NAD is, just go look it up and you know that you want to activate your NAD because it's the most important anti-aging molecule in the human body, and without it, you're dead in 30 seconds. So it is the closest to the fountain of youth as, keeping that active. But what happens, we lose 60% of a set of genes that activate that NAD molecule. So our product activates that NAD molecule 100% in 24 hours. It activates the proteins that activate that molecule. Crazy. The science.
I didn't even know this existed.
It's crazy. And that's what I love is I'm learning. I've always been a nut to learn about health and wellness, always, even as a child. And so this is just my jam. I'm like, I thought I was going to be a pediatrician when I was little. And then I saw, oh my gosh, I am not wired for that. So I am wired for this. I am wired for this. I learn. You don't have to know anything to get started because you're going to learn because we have such a beautiful system. Just like anything else you do in a job, you have to learn, right? Mm-hmm. But the beautiful thing about what you have to learn is you can share this by not knowing one thing. You can just be passionate about saying, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say about this stuff. I just know it's changed my life. And I have my friend Courtney that's going to share this. If you're interested, if you're open, we'd love to tell you about it and then go on from there. And so that's where Courtney comes in. We call that third party validation. We have tools, we have systems. We show you how to invite, we show you how to follow up, we show you how to overcome concerns and objections, and we show you how to close the deal. And that's what it's about.
Absolutely. And that's where we say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Always.
And I love to listen to you, Marisa, describe the products and educate and tell about that, because I'm still new learning about these. And so I have been, you guys, I have been the candidate that I'm just sharing results pictures. I'm sharing testimonial stories. I'm sharing the scientific links that we have. And I'm just learning as I go. And so if you're new or you're thinking about doing this business, what I tell my consultants is don't wait until you learn everything. Just use your enthusiasm and use the belief that you have right now that you said yes as your introduction to this, because you can never be new again. You never get this new card that you're like, I still don't even know everything about it. But you just learn as you go and you use your resources. Marisa, you are the perfect example of that. This has been so much fun to chat with you. I love hearing about all of your success and your passion, and you're just really making an impact in the world through activating health and in the industry by being such a leader, one that has never given up, that is just continuing to learn and educate and share that message and support other people to have the same level of success that you are.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I'm so grateful. I'm so humble, because really how I grew up, and I know we're wrapping this up, but I grew up in a lack of abundant mindset household as a child, being the youngest of 5 kids. So there were a lot of struggles over lack of money. And so my relationship with money, my entire adult life has been, there's never been enough. I can tell you that I've been able to overcome that and know that abundance is a birthright and everybody is entitled to it. We just have to open ourselves to grow and learn and do what needs to be done to make your goals, your dreams come true. And they can. Start dreaming again, everybody.
I love that so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. If you have any questions, comment below wherever you're watching this from, and you can find us over on Instagram. You can look her up. We have so much fun sharing our stuff on Instagram if you want to learn more, and you can find us there. I'm going to go ahead and just stop the recording here.